In this video, we're going to look at using Venn diagrams and year-two probability equations to do parts A, B, C, and D. So I mentioned we're going to use Venn diagrams and they help a lot in visualizing what you want to find. And I'll also show you a method. For example, if we label this A and B, we're interested in not A intersect not B. If you're unsure what section of the Venn diagram that is, I'll go through a method on how to find this. So not A is everything that's not in the circle of A. So that's this and the outside of the circles. In a different color, let's shade what's represented by not B. That's everything that's not in the circle of B. That's this section and the outside. Where they intersect is where I've shaded in twice, so it's just the outside. Whereas everywhere where you've shaded at least once, that's this, and the outside, is what you include in the union. So that means we're focused on finding what's outside of the circles but still inside of the rectangle. So let's go about finding that. A union B, which is this plus this, is equal to 0.7. The probability of A, which is this and this, is equal to 0.3. So straight off the bat, if you do 0.7 take away 0.3, we're left with just B. In this case, 0.7 take away 0.3 is 0.4. On top of that, but really, how does that help us find not A intersect not B, which is the outside? Well, because we know everything inside of the two circles add up to 0.7, that means that the outside has to add up to 0.3. Otherwise, this whole rectangle won't add up to 1. So that automatically means that part A, the answer to it is 0.3. How do we now find not A intersect B? Well, let's once again use that method I was talking about. Not A is everything that's not in the circle of A, so that's this and the outside. In a different color, let's shade in what's represented by B. B is everything in the circle of B, that's the middle and this section here. Where they intersect is where I've shaded in twice again, so that's just 0.4. So yeah, straight off the bat, that's equal to 0.4. So that's why finding any probability helps, because if we hadn't found that was 0.4, we wouldn't really know what that section was using these two expressions given. Okay, so it tells you that events A and B are independent, and there's a specific rule that you can equate to that. You can say that the probability of A multiplied by the probability of B is equal to the probability of A intersect B. Let's use that to form an expression. So the probability of A is 0.3. You multiply onto that the probability of B. Now you have to be very careful because B isn't just 0.4. You must have seen before I included this and this for the probability of A. The probability of B is everything in this circle. So it's the middle that we don't yet know plus 0.4. Because we don't yet know the middle, let's call it x. So we can say 0.3 times x plus 0.4 for the probability of B is equal to their intersection, which I have labeled as x. If we now multiply out this bracket, we get 0.3x plus, well, 0.3 times 0.4 is 0.12 is equal to x. Subtract 0.3x from both sides to get 0.12 is equal to 0.7x, and divide both sides by 0.7, and that will get you the value of x, which is the intersection. 0.12 divided by 0.7 is equal to 0.17. Actually, I'm going to leave it as the fraction 6 over 35. I think it's better. And now that we know that the middle is 6 over 35, it might help to label this section here, because we know everything in a Venn diagram adds up to 1. So if we do 1, take away 6 over 35, take away 0.4, take away 0.3, I'm just going to very quickly do that. 0.4, take away 0.3. Let's see what that's equal to. 1, take away that, take away. It will be equal to 9 over 70. So this section here is 9 over 70. Now the probability of B, so we did quite a lot of work without even realizing what we need to find. But just in general, doing all of this, it does help later on. The probability of B now is just 0.4 plus 6 over 35. So let's do that. 0.4 plus 6 over 35. I'll give you 4 over 7. So that's your answer here. Not A union not B. Okay, let's use that method I was talking about again. Not A is everything that's not in the circle of A. So that's this and the outside. Not B is everything that's not in the circle of B. So that's this and the outside. Again, where I've shaded in twice is where they intersect. But the union is everywhere where I've shaded once. So that's this plus the outside. So it's everything except the intersection basically. So if we do 1 minus the intersection, 1 minus 6 over 35, that'll give you the answer. And it's equal to 29 over 35. That's your answer to this and the end of the video. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to like it and subscribe. I'd appreciate it a lot.